Jobber tutorial, how to use Jobber for beginners. Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to have a look at Jobber and how it can help you. Now, what exactly is Jobber? It is a platform that can help you run your small home services business. It can help you organize your absolute every operation, from scheduling your jobs, creating new client profiles, managing your staff members, your team members, invoicing your customers, collecting payments, and everything in between. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump straight into it. Now, when you are creating your profile, this is the first page you're going to get to, and what you're going to need to do is you're going to enter your name, your phone number, and then you're going to choose an industry that you are working in. So it must be relative to what you're doing. So over here I'm going to put in carpet cleaning, just for example's sake, and then full name, phone number, and you can tap on next, which is right over here on the bottom left hand side. And the next page you'll get to, where you can now set up your cleaning business. It says this will help you customize your experience at Jobber. So first of all, you want to put a company name in over here, and then you want to select your company size. So let's say, for example's sake, we have 4 to 10 people, and then you can also select your estimated annual revenue, and we can just do 50 to 150. And once you're done with that, you can just tap on next on the bottom left hand side. And now you're in the next page, and it says, what is your top priority? While Jobber is committed to helping you succeed in all aspects, which is your immediate focus for this year? So they want to know if you want to increase your efficiency, if you want to get paid faster, or win more work. So whatever is applicable to you, you can select whatever is most important. So just for example's sake, I'm going to choose increase efficiency, because Jobber actually does offer a bunch of tools that can make your life a lot easier. And then we can just tap on next. And now they just want to know where you actually found out about their company, and you can just tap whatever you need to, wherever you heard them from, and you can tap on get started. And this is now the home page. This is where you can see absolutely everything about your company. Right at the top left hand side over here, you will see that your company name is displayed over there. And as we travel down on the left hand side, you will see a toolbar where you can access your schedule, your clients, your requests, quotes, jobs, and your invoices. And then you can also access your reports, expenses, and your timesheets. You can also add apps in over here. So if you are using other software and you'd like to integrate these apps, let's say perhaps you are using QuickBooks and you would like to integrate a QuickBooks app right over here, you can do so just over there. So everything that you need to do here will start on the Create tab on the left hand side. Now once you tap that, you will have the option to create a client and a request, a job, a quote, and then an invoice. And as you can see here, it actually moves in order. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a client. Now if you have individual clients details that you'd like to enter in here, you can enter it just in over here. So if you want to add in or import from your QuickBooks or from another platform, you can do so quite easily as well. I will show you that in just a second. So the thing you want to put in here is a title for your customer, and then you want to just enter his details. And as you can see here now, I have actually entered all the details of this client. So I have a first name, last name, company name, and then you have the option to use the company name as the primary name when it comes up on your invoices. You have some contact details here. So you have phone numbers, you have email addresses, and on the right hand side, you have the client's physical address. So street, city, state, zip code, and also the country. You can also show it on a map. So if you are sending maybe a coworker or a team member out to this property, you can have them use the GPS and they won't have any trouble getting to the client and doing the job. You can also add the billing address as the same as the property address. And then you can add additional property details. So let's say perhaps there is something specific that you'd like to add about this property. Perhaps it's a complex where you need a code or a password to get in, or you need specific sort of access to enter the property or the complex, then you may want to add that in over here. So you can just select the custom fields name, and then you can just put some details in over there. And once you've done all of this, you can now add save and create another client, or you can just tap on save client on the bottom right hand side. And now that your client has been saved, we can go down on the left hand side and tap on client, and this will now show you all of your clients in a list. It'll tell you their names. It will also tell you what business they are actually from, and then it'll give you their property details, contact details, and when last they were active. Now, what we can do thereafter, on the top right hand side, you can tap on more actions, and you can import your clients' information from another website, another platform, if you want to import batches of clients. So if we tap on the create button on the left hand side again, we can now create a quote for this client, and you just tap on quote. And in this page, basically you can outline a quote for a customer, and this is what the outline looks like. So first of all, we want to enter a client name. So you can either enter the name itself, or you can select a client from the list over here. If you would like to create a new client right over here without having to go back into the clients tab, you can just tap on the right hand side, create new client. Now I'm going to select our existing client, and then we can put in a job title over here, and we're going to just do carpet cleaning, and that is the title of the job, and that's basically what we're going to be doing. Now, as you go down, you can see that there is the address and the contact details of the client, and we come down now to the product or the service that you are providing. So right over here, you can actually enter the name of the service, and over here they give you a few options. So let's say spot stain removal. We can tap on that, and then it gives a short preset description. So you can obviously change this description over here. You can put in whatever it is that you'd like to add to that description. On the right hand side, you can also enter a quantity. So let's say perhaps we are going to do 2 spot stain removals, and you're going to enter a price over here. We can say add costs, and right over here we can add the cost, and then there is a markup, and that is in percentage. We can just type in there 20%, and now your unit price is 120. So that is now what you will be charging your client. However, this does not require a product itself, so we are going to just hide this cost, and we are going to just make that unit price. Let's say we are quoting per hour, and we can just specify that now again in the description. So it's 100 an hour, and we are going to quote for 2 hours, and it also gives you a total. You can add an additional line in here. So let's say you are doing upholstery cleaning. You can now enter the upholstery cleaning details, the title. You can also edit the description, the quantity, the unit price, and then it'll give you a total. Once you're done with that, you can see here that it offers you a subtotal. It also offers you the opportunity to add a discount. So if you want to add a discount, perhaps in currency or percentage, you can do so. And right over there, we can just say we are offering a 10% discount to this client. We can also add the tax, and it says here you've not created any tax rates. You can just tap on create tax rate over here. Enter whatever it is the tax is for. You can then enter the amount in percentage, and then the internal tax description, and now that is specifically for you to reference what the tax rate is actually about. So when we're done, we can tap on create tax rate, and right over here you will see now that it has a total, a cost, and then the estimated margin. Of course, it will be in the red because of the tax and the discount. However, you can also add a required deposit. Let's say perhaps you need your client to leave a deposit before they actually book you. You can add the deposit over here. You can also change this from currency to percentage, and you can just say you need a 50% deposit, and it'll give you a total in rands as to what the client needs to pay before they can actually book a time and a date to have this job done. Once we are then complete with this, you can add internal notes and attachments, and this is now just for yourself, for your team members, whoever else is working on the job. You can also link your jobs and invoices together right over here. And once you're done with all of that, you can just tap on the bottom right hand side. You can see here it says save and send as email, and this will be emailed to the client. You can say save and convert to job, which will automatically convert this into a job file, and that job will be active on your profile so you can actually start working on it. And then you can say save and mark as awaiting response. So if we are waiting for the client to confirm, we can then tap on that. What I'm going to do for now is I'm just going to say save quote, and we can now move on. And on the left hand side again, we can tap on create, and you can see here now you can start creating a job. So once we tap on jobs, it'll give us this window again. We can add a client name, and if we would like to, we can just use our existing client. And over here we have the job title and the instructions. So here we're going to go in again, and we're going to say carpet cleaning. And once we have done so, we can then put instructions down over there for the members that are going to be doing the job. Again, you'll see some contact details and the property address, and then you can actually start detailing the job. So if it's a one-time job, on the left hand side here, a one-time job with one or more visits. So this is basically, if you're going to just do it once, it's not going to be reoccurring. You can schedule a date for it so that your team members or whoever is actually working this job can see when they need to be there. So the start date and the end date is optional, but if you are only going to be working for a few hours, you can just have a start date, and then you can enter the times over here. So let's say you're going to start at 9 o'clock, and then you can end at 11 o'clock. That is your 2-hour time period that you're going to be working. And then you can also schedule it for later, but for now we're going to just leave it exactly like that. And right over here you can see that it is a calendar. You can now schedule it on the specific date, and you can see an overview of all your jobs in and around this date over here. As you travel down this page, you can now assign a team member to working on this job, and we can just tap on assign just over here, and it says select a team, and right now that is the only team. You can also create a user or create a team to actually work on this specific job. Thereafter, we can move on to the invoicing, and it says remind me to invoice when I close this job. So automatically what it'll do is it'll invoice this job after it has been closed by you. And you can see all the details right over here. The line items, you can now enter in there your carpet cleaning, and you can give it a description, however many hours or quantity that you're actually working on, and then your unit cost, unit price, and your total. And again, it'll give you a total right over here. Once you are complete with this, you can carry on down to the end of the page. Again, you'll have the option to create another job, or you can email your booking confirmation. So right now I'm going to just say save job and move on. And again, on the left hand side, you can tap on create, and now you can actually tap on invoice, and you can create an invoice for an existing job or for a job that you have done in the past. Again, we want to select who we are invoicing, so we are going to select our existing client, or we can create a new one on the right hand side. And it'll give you a list of your jobs, and right over here, the job that we've created, we can just select that, and on the right hand side we can just tap on next step. And this page right over here, you can enter your invoice subject, the billing address, which is defaulted to the physical address, the service address, which is the same address, and the contact details. And then you have the invoice details, the date that the invoice has been issued, and then the payment due. So the payment due you can change right over here. You can either customize it, or you can just choose one of the pre-options, so that is 30 days. And as you go down, it'll give you all the details of the invoice, and you can add a line if you would like to. Again, carpet cleaning, description, quantity, unit price, and then it'll give you a total. and then you can send a message to the client. This is a nice opportunity for you to communicate with the client and say, thank you for the support. We added this, we did that, and so forth. Give the client some feedback, thank the client for the support that they're giving your business, and so forth. And then we have the subtotal. Again, the discount, you can add your tax that you need to add in there. You can create a new tax profile, the deposit, and then your total, and then again your internal notes and attachments. And we can just go ahead and say save invoices on the bottom right. And that is everything you need to know in Jobber to be able to create a client profile, a request, a quote, a job, and an invoice. And if you are here on this page, again, on the left-hand side, you can access all your clients' requests, quotes, jobs, and invoices on the left-hand side in your toolbar. If you tap on the home button, you can see an overview of all those things all in one place, so you can see everything that is going on in your team, in your company, and you can manage it all from one page. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to leave us a like, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content we put out. And we'll see you in the next video. Cheers for now.